And I started school, to learn accounting. Went to the business college, South Bay College of Business, which was on Hawthorne Boulevard in the city of Hawthorne. I think it was around, I can't remember if it was above or below Rosecrans. Anyway, when I was there, one of the main jobs, part-time jobs I had, was working for the Los Angeles Times as a telephone solicitor, and they had an office. I think it was off of, I drive by it once in a great while. It's like, I want to say it's PCH, it's like, it was in like back in a corner office, and there were a number of us on that they hired. There's probably about 15 people, doing phone calls at any given time. And I had the stint was like, it was like basically, I believe I started at 4 o'clock, 4 to 9, I think it was. It might have been 5 to 9, but anyway, so. And it's like I did pretty well at it. I don't really have much of a sales personality, but I did pretty well at it because one of the things they liked me is that I was pretty dependable. As far as like the amount of sales. Usually I averaged about two a day, two a night, which is good. Signing up people for subscriptions. And the ones that I did get, they stayed. They didn't back out of it. It's like, because they always have somebody like the next day, that night, or the next day following up, and lots of times they bail, because they had some people that were really good at sales, a few people, but lots of times their sales bail. But I would consistently get like a couple of nights, sometimes 3 a night. And so I was there for probably at least 6 months. Like I said, when I was going to school, it's like that was the majority of my career. After I left there, I did other little stints here and there, doing telephone soliciting or whatever, selling stuff or whatever. But that one, it was memorable because it was, it's like, I got to meet people there, and I enjoyed working there. It's like I actually met a guy there through there, calling. Sometimes they'd start flirting with you and stuff. So it's like I actually met a guy named Geoff Hilder, and he was from Australia, but he was living here, and I got to know him, and I dated him for a few months. He not very long, maybe about 4 months or something like that. It seemed longer than that, but he ended up going, I think, back over to England because he lived in England before, and then I got to know some of the other people in the class, and not in the class, but in the at the employment. I got to know one guy that lived down in PV, and it's like we would talk and stuff, and but it's like, in that break, we would have a break, and then it was halfway through, like maybe around 6 or so, and then we'd go over to like the corner liquor store or something, and get like a soda and stuff like that, and a snack, and then come back and work again. So I got to meet a lot of people. I had my Maverick, my 1970 Maverick, which I got in 1974. So I was always driving that back and forth. And basically, it's like when I was working there, the main gist was, it's like I had to make enough money to feed myself. It was like 3 things. It was enough money for food, which actually, when I left the school at about 3 o'clock, I would like stop and get something to eat. I'd go to Taco Bell or something, and I go to Taco Bell, and then it's like I'd eat something, or a burger or something, and then I'd go to work and stuff. But there were 3 reasons I had to have that job. I needed money to eat, I needed money for gas, and I needed enough money for car insurance. And that's basically the 3 things I was. Once in a while I have a little extra money for something else, but basically those were the three things I needed money for. So I had to keep working and stuff. And basically I was probably making like minimum wage. I don't remember what I was making there, but it was minimum wage. But it was a memorable time experience, and like I said, it's like that's the one main job I think of, that I had when I was there, and it was, I got to tell you, it was exhausting doing both, going to school basically full time, and then going to work. And then it was just, it was getting to me. I actually took a month off of school, the month of December of '74, I think it was, because it was just getting to me. I was still had to work. I still worked, but you know, at least I had some time off for myself. And then I went back into both school and work in January until I finished, which was I think June of 1975. There was something else I'm going to mention about the school and stuff, going back and forth. It was just, you know, it was just, you know, a memorable time period in my life, but it was also like, it was also very, very stressful and stuff. So, but I got through it, and I started my long accounting career, which lasted about around 26 years. I was in accounting, so.